Man, Jesus. Well, we almost died. All right, guys, we are taking the FREEGO EV DK200 e-bike to work. And I want to say now our route is about 7.5 miles to go to work. So 7.5 miles there, 7.5 miles back. So we're looking at about 15 miles. We'll see where our battery is when we come back. But for the most part, let's get on the way and see how this bike does. All right, so if you guys are not familiar with this bike, this is a 48 volt e-bike and it has a 1200 watt rear motor in the back. I did a review on this bike in the last video, so if you haven't checked that out, we'll kind of go over some of the stuff on the bike and I'll give you a little bit more information just in case you're also watching this video and also watch the review. Comfortable bike overall, and I know it's 1200 watts, but it doesn't feel that fast on the takeoff. I know a lot of people in the community that aren't really used to fast e-bikes like a Surron or a custom Super 73 or like a DIY bike or like an aerial rider like 52 volt. You might not understand, like this bike isn't the fastest, but it's still a nice bike for most people. Like right now we're hitting about 27, 28 miles per hour and it's doing pretty good. I don't have a single problem. I believe we started at mile 8 on here. Mile 7. So I think we had 7 miles on this bike. So right now we're at 8. So I got to remember that for later in the video. And right here at the top is going to be where the power is. And then right below that is where I think our battery indicator is. And then my assist is on 5, which is the max that you can do on this bike. So this bike isn't bad. It's $1,500. And right now there's $200 off this bike for the October sale for Halloween. So if you guys act fast, you guys can get this bike for pretty much $1,300. And that's not bad at all. A $1,300 bike, 1200 watt motor, even though this motor feels closer to about 1,000 watts. And the reason why I say that, maybe even 900 watts, is because the controller on this thing just doesn't seem like it's giving a lot of amps, like pulling from the battery and everything like that. So I feel like if the controller was a little bit better and it could pull more power, then this would feel so much better of an e-bike. But it's a practical, chill e-bike to get back and forth to work, no problems. But if I had to be stuck in traffic and I had to get around some people, this wouldn't be the bike. You would have to wait for people to ride right past you, and then you would probably be able to get on your way to work. And as you can see, I picked the worst time to come because traffic is a nightmare. But we are on a bike. We just got to be careful, but we can go around people. This is kind of why we have an electric bike in a way. A little sketchy. Everyone's trying to pick up their kids and go, go, go. I'm also trying to do the same thing. I'm trying to get to work and be out of this mess. Right now would have been the perfect time to take a faster e-bike, but it's all right. Now, some things I didn't mention on my review that I didn't think about until I watched it back is the charging time on this bike is pretty bad. 8 to 10 hours to fully charge this battery from like dead to full. Man, Jesus. Well, we almost died. God damn. Well, we got that on camera. I seriously 100% thought we were gonna hit that guy. I was like, we're going down. This is the time. And honestly, it wasn't gonna be too bad as long as I didn't get too hurt. God damn, parked a little closer. Because I'm on a bike that doesn't cost that much. If it would have been like my Surron or something, I would have been kind of mad. Or my Super 73, I would have cried. Too much money into that bike. But wow, so you got to be careful. Like I'm saying, riding in the bike lane is very dangerous. Hey, this guy's on an aerial rider. That's a Grizzly, 52 volt. Nope, I ain't waiting for that. Man, I wish he would have saw me riding. My bell didn't do shit. You can't hear this bell over the dam. I mean, it's nice you have something on there, but it doesn't do much at all. Well, that's cool to know there's another aerial rider e-bike guy around here. All right, so getting back to the video, when I did that video, I thought the tires were aired up to about 20, but they weren't. They were actually at 12 PSI, both. And the max that you can air these tires up is to 20. So I got these tires aired up to 19 right now. I didn't want to go to the very, very max, just in case, you know, we had any issues with it popping or something like that. So we're at 19 PSI. I know it's not too much of a difference, but definitely way better than it was before at only 12. And so far, I haven't even made it halfway to work. And I'm noticing that we lost a battery bar. So I'm hoping that's not gonna be a huge issue with this bike going back, because we gotta also use the light, which is another thing you guys are gonna be able to check out too when we take the ride back, is we're gonna be able to use the light and check it out. I already kind of have an idea how it looks. It looks great. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You'll find out probably in about 5 or 6 minutes into this video. And I didn't have to worry about putting any type of shred light for the tail light just so people could see me. This does have a working brake light, so that's very nice. I always like when bike companies put a working brake light, because I think that has to be the first thing they think about, because traffic needs to see you. If someone doesn't see you on the side of the road, you can see what's in front of you, but you don't have control over anyone else seeing you, and they could just drift off and be on the side of the road and hit somebody and they didn't even see you at all. So I like the fact that there is a rear light in the back. Here's another e-bike coming up here. There's a lot of stuff going on today. I wonder what he's on. I have no idea what that bike is. Everyone is active today. It is the weekend. Stuff is going on. There's one thing I don't like about the front headlight though. I really meant to mention it in my video. I know I said I didn't like the mounting bracket, how you put the light on the front. I feel like it was the stupidest design to put this headlight on compared to all the other e-bikes I've done, because, you know, you got to put the fender on with the headlight bracket, but the way the headlight bracket is set up, it's stupid. But if you notice, I don't know if I can get a closer look of it, but that light is bouncing around really bad. And it has nothing to do with it not being tightened at all. Like, it's completely tightened. There's no problem with it whatsoever. It's for sure on there. I made sure those bolts were tight as hell. I just think that the bracket that they made should have been shorter. Shouldn't have been so big. Well, this is the first time I've came this way on this bike lane coming to the new overpass. All right, so we're gonna be coming up our first overpass right here, and we're gonna see how well the bike does. We actually have like a long slope to kind of get up there. If you guys watch my videos a lot, you guys already know this area. But if you're new, pretty much it's gonna take us a little bit to get up there. So we're gonna have a good running start getting up this hill. So I think it should be okay. But we all know how it did on my review video, and it just did not climb a hill very well, so we'll have to see. And I'm already down one other battery bar. Okay, this is pretty bad. 1200 watts, and I'm at 20 miles per hour. It definitely dramatically dropped. Now we're at 19. Jeez. Now we're gonna go down to 18. I feel the bike getting slower and slower. It's still holding 19 though. Thought I was gonna hit 18. Damn. I told a lot of people this is a good bike for the money, but don't go off the wattage of it. If you really want a faster e-bike, get a higher voltage e-bike. I've been on a bike that was 750 watts, but it was a 52 volt. That felt faster than this thing. Now, it might have been lighter by 5 pounds, but that was only 5 pounds. Definitely get the bike that you just saw that guy riding earlier in the video, just like 2 minutes ago. That Aerial Rider X-Class, that is a badass bike. But then again, that's, I think after tax and shipping in California, you're looking at $2,600, so double of what this is. So yeah, I mean, not a bad bike, like I said, for the price anyways. All right, so after I let off, all my battery bars instantly went back. And we started with 7 miles on the odometer, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We've done 5 miles so far. So we got another like couple miles to go. Not too bad. All right, I'm going. Hey, there's a guy on an electric skateboard over there too that I just noticed. He's gone now, you can't see him, but that's cool. Now I'm on a good flat road, and all I'm noticing is that the tires are very loud. I didn't really notice this in my review video just because I was obviously around cars a lot. I was on main streets, and that wasn't really something I was focused in on. But now that I'm kind of by myself on this road and I got a wall right next to me, I can definitely hear these tires making some noise. So if that bothers you, because I have a full face helmet on and I can still definitely hear these tires, you might want to look elsewhere, maybe change these tires out if you don't ever plan on going on the dirt road, because this is a venture bike. It's made to go off-roading and stuff. But if you want street tires, that's something you might have to buy. I guess that's one place to sleep. So 30 miles per hour coming to work, and we're on 4 battery bars. I'm sorry. This bike has 6 battery bars. I'm wondering if it goes off of voltage sag, because as soon as we let off, it goes instantly right back up to 100%. But there's no actual gauge to tell us what 100% is, so I'm just kind of going off of stuff. Keep in mind also, I'm not using the pedals whatsoever. I'm not a big fan of pedaling. I mostly do it just to be like stupid. So we're not gonna get a very good run at this hill compared to the last one. And we're gonna see how good it does. We only got to hit this at 21 miles per hour, which is better than, you know, if you're sitting still starting on it, but it's definitely going slow. This bike would have helped if it had like a 7-speed Shimano or something like that, but it is only a single gear, which means you have no control on dropping down gears and helping the bike pedal up the hill. You just have to either rely on the throttle or just get the pedal assist going on a high level. I will say, after just hitting those bumps right there, that the suspension is a little bit harder than I would like it to be. And there's no adjustability on the suspension. So keep that in mind. Maybe if you're a little bit heavier, it'll feel a little bit better for you. I'm 160 pounds, but hitting that right there just felt real stiff. They were doing 32. We were coming down that hill though. I also have the speed unlocked, so we can go as fast as this bike will technically take us, which on average is about 30 with a full battery, and you're probably looking at like 25 to 27 after you go down probably to like 50 to 60%. Then anything lower than that, you're probably gonna go down a little tiny bit more, but it should still at least get 23 to 24 miles per hour. But we'll see how it does, you know, coming back home. And like I said, we'll get to check out the headlight and all that stuff and see how well it works. I'm wondering if it's gonna get that bouncing effect since it's bouncing off of that bracket, but only time will tell. I wish we can bring back the old days when I would have my coworkers ride the bikes until my managers shut that down because they didn't approve of it, or I would have had Vinny or somebody ride it. Matt's gone. He used to ride a lot of my bikes, which sucks, but he found a better job, so good for him. But we'll see you guys at nighttime. So let me switch over to nighttime real quick, get back on the ride.
It's not that heavy, huh?
No, it's light. Like, pick it up, it's like 55 to 50 something pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not that bad. Makes it easy to maneuver or put it in your car or something if you need to. It doesn't have anything crazy fancy on it though, you know, it's just kind of your average bike, but.
That's a bike, you know?
Yeah. All right, man.
Good. See you later.
Let's see it. Time to ride the bike at night. So I am getting that vibration I'm noticing though on the front. It looks like a flicker to me in front. Oh God, okay, I gotta back up and go. But I think it's just really the thing just moving. Yeah, that's just the headlight kind of bouncing like I said. On that bracket, it's just not very secure. I feel like that bracket just doesn't need to be that long and tall. It should have been very close to the fender. But I'm hoping we make it back. This bike should definitely do the range. It's 25 to 40, but we are down to 3 battery bars on here, and I just started. But like I said, I don't know if it's going off of voltage, but man, you can definitely feel this bike struggling to get up this hill. Definitely keep losing power. Oh, we got 2 bars on the power. Oh man. All right, so now, whoa, there's a dog. Is it a dog? Oh yeah, looked like a dog. So this is a great look at this light. Okay, where's this guy going? Looks like she was learning how to ride a skateboard or electric skateboard, but it looked like a regular one. But anyways, going back to what I was saying, look how nice this headlight is. This is one of the best headlights I've had on a bike. There's only been maybe 2 or 3 bikes that have been sent to me, and I've probably gotten over 30 bikes. This is one of the best. This reminds me of the Onyx or the Super 73 RX, completely stock headlight. It works good out of the box. You do not need to replace it. You do not need to go to Amazon and pick up another light. This will do just well for your riding. You'll be able to see everything. And I do want to let you guys know that even though I only have 2 bars down under throttle, we're still hitting 26 miles per hour, just in case you can't see this display, because it is very bright, so it might be washed out. Oh, there's rabbits. I better slow down. But I'll be very shocked if we don't make it home, because I don't like battery indicators like this. I wish it had a percentage or it showed a voltage. Man, I can't talk today. I feel like it's one of those days. It was a long day, but it was a fun day because it was very easy. Nothing to really do at work too much. It was very slow because the fair is going on. Everyone's over there. It's the weekend. So I've been pretty much chilling at work today. This is the first time in probably months, probably since like January, where I felt like I didn't get stressed out at work and overly tired, and I feel very good still. All right, no one's here. Let's go. All right, let's see how this bike is coming up this hill. We're getting a good running start at it. We're at 25 miles per hour. But I will get on this side just in case a car comes behind me and I can't get up this hill fast enough. The speed limit is 25 though, but now we're only doing 23. Man, all right, so I'm gonna tell you guys this right now. If you live in any area, like let's say LA or San Francisco, does LA have a lot of places to go up and down? I think it does. For sure, San Francisco though, if you guys have a lot of places that you're gonna be going up and down, this bike is not gonna be the business, like at all. This seriously just reminds me of a Super 73 RX, but with less power, because the Super 73 RX is a 52 volt system with a 1200 watt motor, and this is a 1200 watt motor, but it's only 48 volt. So even though this is 20 pounds lighter, I think, or 25 pounds lighter than the Super 73 RX, it is still slower by a lot. I know I'm not supposed to be on this road, I'm on the opposite side, but no cars, and I'm in a rush. Look at this. I think I can even put the headlight down a little bit because it's just blasting on this stop sign right here. I was able to see that guy, like everything in his car and everything, so the headlight might be even higher than I'm thinking it is, but I'm not moving it because it looks perfect to me. Can't get over that. And then if you guys saw my review, you saw that it does have a working brake light. So every single time I do push the brakes, the brake light does function. That's a good feature on this bike. And if you didn't see the review, go back and check it out. It's not the brightest tail light, so if you want to be safe, you could put another light in the back just to be on the safe side. You know, I probably would if this is going to be my main bike getting back and forth. But since I'm only riding this one time, I'm not going to spend the money to put a light on it. But I think it's worth to put like a $20 or $30 rear light that like flashes or blinks or has a strobe effect to it or something. Safety is like the main thing. You obviously saw that we almost died earlier. I was showing everybody at work, and they're like, man, that's a good clip, but that is scary as hell. I was like, yeah, like, it makes for a good clip, don't get me wrong. But I was almost about to end up flipped over the bike and probably hurt something. I was definitely gonna flip over that guy's hood for sure. I'm just so glad, like, he saw me, and I'm so glad I was even on this bike, because like I said earlier, if I was on any other bike, like a Super 73, my Onyx, or my Sur-Ron, and that bike got messed up, I'd be pissed. And we already know the Super 73 would have just hit the car, and then the frame would have just broken half. And then maybe that would have made it easier if it would have broken half and I would have flew over the car with the front of the bike attached. I don't know, but yeah, I'm glad we didn't get hurt on that. It's not really what this video is about, but it sucks that it happened on this type of riding video. And again, this company didn't tell me I need to do 2 videos on the bike. All I really had to do was do 1 video review, and that was it. But I always like to take these bikes to work. I like to see how they are, see how they perform, see if it's something that is maybe good for you guys. And I know we're not at the end of the video completely yet, but if you're still sticking around, and it's probably, I don't know, we're probably 20 minutes into this video or close to it, or maybe even after, I don't think it's bad. It's not a bike I would go after and pick up. I personally would spend the extra money, and I think the best bike right now is the Aerial Rider Kepler. But if you're not into that style, since it's like a mountain bike type of style bike, I would say the X-Class from Aerial Rider is a badass bike. But we already talked about it. It's twice as much as this bike right now. Who puts all their trash like right in the middle? Look at all this stuff. This is a mess. All right, let's just throw our trash halfway across the street. Man. But I am glad that they're doing this, because it helps clean up houses, and I know that means mine's coming up soon, and I have a lot of stuff to throw out. I got tons of stuff. We got crates from when some e-bikes come, they come on like pallets and crates and stuff. So I've just been having those chill. So I'm glad that's coming up. So can you guys hear that suspension right there? It feels like it's bottoming out. It's a little bit too rough. But it's not bottoming out because it's not compressing all the way. It's a little bit too firm for me. And the fact you can't change it is kind of a downside. But I'm trying to think of what bike would compete with this bike at the price range right now. I'm trying to think about it, and I don't know. But also, one thing I do want to tell you guys, I am 100% going to have a discount code for this bike. Check the links in the description, because I talked to the company on my lunch, and we talked about it, and they said that they were going to hook me up. So I don't know if it's going to be $200 off like they have going on right now, but if they do use my coupon code, it might last longer than Halloween, because you guys might be watching this video like later in the year. All right, so here's an update on the bike. We're probably, I don't know how many miles. So I've done 4 miles so far, I think, because when I was at work, it was at 14, and now it says 18. And I'm still down. I'm down the last 2 bars on this bike. And I mean, it's still trucking along, still doing 28 miles per hour. And when I do let off, the bars definitely jump up. I gotta stay off the throttle a little bit more. But yeah, see, look, it jumped up to 4 bars right there. I don't know if some of you guys care about that too much, or don't like that it shows that. You might think that your battery is lower than it really is, because I'm thinking my battery, by seeing those bars right now, is like 20%. But I really know that when I let off and it goes back up to, say, 5 bars, then that means I'm probably about 75-80% of the bike. So I don't know. It just depends on what you like. But going back to what I was saying, I don't really know what bike competes against this bike for the price range. I'm not 100% sure. I couldn't tell you. I haven't rode every single bike out there. There's tons of mountain e-bikes, like tall, skinny e-bikes that sit very high, that have like 26-inch rims or 24-inch rims, and they're also fat tire. But I'm trying to think of a bike that's in the same category for having like a saddle seat, kind of like a Super 73 look. Not really, but you know, it has that kind of style. I will say though, out of all the bikes I have been on, the JSON EB7, I did a review on it. Go back and check out that video. I promise to God, that bike is absolutely fantastic. 100%. I do think you have to go into the settings of that bike and change something. I forget what you have to actually change, but that bike hauls ass. The only thing is, it's a smaller e-bike. I think it is on 20-inch wheels, but the tires are like 3 inches wide and they're a little bit lower profile. So the bike actually sits way lower than this thing does, but it is absolutely hauling ass. I love that bike. I'm surprised I actually got rid of it. I had someone ride it and they're like, dang, this thing takes off. I was like, yeah, whatever controller they had in it was badass. And it was a 52 volt e-bike, if I remember correctly, and it was about 1,000 watts. I would highly recommend that bike over this one, and I believe they're in the same price range. I actually think the other bike might be cheaper, but I don't think you got a working brake light or a good headlight like this one does. So the pros and cons, you know, you got to take it with a grain of salt. And it doesn't have a good seat like this one. This seat is nice. It's not uncomfortable. I feel very comfortable on this seat. But anyways, thanks for watching. I know this is a very long video, so if you guys stayed to the end, I really appreciate it. Drop a comment if you guys stayed to the end, and let me know what you think about this bike compared to some other bikes out there. Oh, and here's a look at the brakes. So if you hold it, it's just a solid light. Not the brightest, but still something. Oh, and one more thing that I forgot to mention, sorry guys, is when I got back home, out of the 6 bars, we're at 4 bars, and the bike's set for probably just 2 minutes right now while I kind of move some stuff around in the garage. So we lost 2 battery bars for about, I think that was like a 14-mile ride to work, and we had to go over 2 overpasses, so not too bad at all. Yeah, all right guys, I will see you in the next one. Peace out.